Some feel that faith can be a strong deterrent to violence. One man who stands by those words is Pastor Lennox Zamore. If faith can move mountains, it might very well move us to a solution for ending gang violence.
I was fortunate before coming to the Virgin Islands to participate in jail-based treatment initiatives in 21 states all over. I've seen a lot of different things. For the most part, children are looking for a family. It's a family affair. And when there is no connectivity at home, because parents are raising children remotely, mom is working, there's no father, she has 2 jobs, they don't see a parent. The gang becomes an extension of a group of people who really care enough for me to be there, to fight if I have to kill if we have to, but they are tremendously committed to their group members. It becomes a family. If you mess up in school, I go to school and I pick up report cards for lots of children. You know, there are children who do very well and there's nobody to say good job. There's not one parent to pick up their report cards. Whether they do good or bad, it doesn't make a difference. So they do bad. And so I think these are the reasons why the gang activity is proliferating. Not to mention the fact that, of course, now it's a source of income right now at a time when we have economic hardship. So it's proliferating a little more. Religion is spirituality is the most important. I think we are spirits first, embodied spirits. Therefore, the spiritual part is so significant. The need for a child to connect to a force, a source, a being much greater than themselves is very important. What we are seeing in our community right now is children who have lost a sense of futurity. Future. There is no faith. There is no belief that although things are bad, they'll get better. They want it to get better right now. And it is that absence of spirituality that removes the equation of faith. Once we restore faith, people can persevere through hardship, knowing things will get better. They can pray and know the answer will come shortly, and I don't have to go steal to get the answer. That's important. But we don't visibly see God. When we experience God, we have to experience God through His manifestations in other beings. And so that's why a father is important. If there is no father image, how do you pray to the Father when you never had a man look at you favorably, regard you favorably? It's hard to pray. And so that's important for fathers to humble themselves and pray themselves. Let your children hear you praying. Let mothers also, let your children hear you and your husband praying for them. That's so important. Worship together. Most important is, I have noted in the Bible that God tends to meet people in nature, not really at the malls. So I recommend to people, go in nature. You know, every morning when I have my devotion, every single morning, I take my cell phone and I take a picture of the sunrise every morning, just by myself. That's why I take the young people to remote locations. We take them to Jumbie Bay or somewhere where there's nobody there. There's no cell phone. If you notice, these kids don't like quiet. There's always something in their ears. So they can't hear God. God speaks with a still small voice. They drown Him out. So I tell them, get rid of all that. We take them to a quiet place and just say nothing for 5 minutes. It's the hardest thing for them to do. Nothing. And if somebody speaks, we start another 5 minutes again. And eventually, the night becomes day and the quiet becomes very loud. Now you can talk to their souls. So the spiritual is very important.
After speaking with gang members on St. Thomas, estimates place the number of affiliated gang members throughout the territory at 1,700 plus. And out of that number, half are estimated to still be in the school system. On the surface, those numbers may not sound alarming, but when you consider the entire population of the U.S. Virgin Islands of 110,000 people, it's equivalent to more than 1%. The truth is that no one can give us an accurate number. The second annual Anti-Gang Conference, entitled Be Part of the Solution, was held throughout the U.S. Virgin Islands over the course of a week. From May 24th through May 28, 2010, members of the community and law enforcement received the most current information on preventing, identifying, and combating gang activity in neighborhoods from top local and nationally recognized gang experts. Over a 5-day period, more than 800 people attended standing room only sessions, underscoring the need for both prevention and intervention when coming to grips with gang violence. There is no easy answer to solve the problem of gang violence. Quite simply, a gang offers to fill the void of what the child is not getting from his or her family. In return, all that is required is service and loyalty. Only through the combined efforts of parents, schools, faith-based organizations, community leaders, and law enforcement will gang violence begin to subside.